Hey everybody, Nick here at virtualassistantassistant.com with a video review of eaHELP. So over the past year or so, I've had a chance to get to know Bryan Miles, the founder and CEO of eaHELP, a little bit. And you got to know two things about Bryan. He's really passionate about serving others and keeping jobs in the United States. So it really took me as a surprise when he when he offered me a free trial of eaHELP for 5 or 6 months, which was huge. And I was, kind of like, well, what's the catch? But I wasn't about to turn down that opportunity. So we got to work. When you sign up for eaHELP, now most companies are going to ask you for a job description, but most will not ask you for a full-scale personality assessment, a kind of workflow documentation to discover opportunities for efficiency, and a questionnaire on your expectations and communication style. So they definitely make an effort to match you up with an EA that's going to be a good fit. And for me, that was a great EA named Patty. Now, eaHELP also assigns a relationship manager as kind of a liaison go-between, kind of the company representative between you and your EA, and is also a go-between if any problems come up. Now, I didn't have much interaction with her at all because everything went fine. But I'm trying to imagine, like, it's kind of potentially awkward, right? Like if I explain to my relationship manager, hey, I'm not really thrilled with Patty's performance, and then she turns around and just relays that to Patty, like, oh, why didn't you just tell me directly? But other clients are using their relationship manager as kind of outsourcing consultants looking for best practices on how to utilize their assistant and kind of leverage that depth of experience to benchmark against other clients and be like a trusted advisor in your outsourcing engagement. So in terms of pricing, it's kind of a matter of framing. So definitely eaHELP is on the high end when it comes, or when compared with other VA companies, but they're not necessarily framing themselves against other VA companies. They're comparing themselves to on-site EAs, and against that alternative, they're obviously pretty affordable. So when stacked up against the regulatory headaches, paperwork burden, payroll processing, and the other tangible and intangible expenses of a traditional EA, eaHELP really offers a pretty attractive one-stop solution, which I think is pretty savvy positioning, if you ask me. So in terms of performance, there were some tasks that were really well done. For example, I asked Patty to proofread a book I was working on. Even though she had no professional editing experience, it was embarrassing how many typos and mistakes she found that I'd missed and another editor had missed. It was a really awesome job and a huge help. And so similar results on a couple other projects. One of my favorites was having her analyze some common traits of delinquent loans on the peer-to-peer lending site prosper.com. As an investor, I'm always trying to optimize my, which loans I pick to lend on. And so it was somewhat tedious work and required using my login information to the financial site. So it was great to have somebody trustworthy and local for that. So I feel like I could have done a better job in delegating and being better organized and better utilizing Patty's existing skill sets. For instance, she had a background in accounting management, but I never thought to have her work on any bookkeeping or tax stuff. So that was my bad. And like I said, I feel like I wasn't the best outsourcer in this case because I didn't always have a clear list of tasks to be done. But in those times when there was a lull, I would have loved to see some more proactive suggestions that could have helped move the business forward. And that to me would have been really valuable. So I know the question is on a lot of people's mind is a US-based VA worth it? Is eaHELP worth it? And the worth it question is so subjective, I have a hard time answering it. So, and especially because a lot of the stuff we worked on didn't have a measurable ROI. So strictly in terms of dollars and cents, if I'd been paying for the service, it would not have been worth it. But if I was paying, I can say I would have been more intensely focused on the high value tasks that couldn't have easily been done by a lower priced VA. And that's the thing. The question of worth depends completely on how you envision using your EA And if you just need somebody for data entry, basic research, and calendar bookings, eaHELP is probably not going to be the best bang for your buck. But if you're looking for a trusted partner in your business, a native English speaker, somebody who you can bring into your email and social media accounts, and somebody who can represent you and your brand on a professional level, I think they're definitely worth a look. But seriously, you don't need to take my word for it. Check out what all the other eaHELP customers have to say about the service in the reviews down below this video on virtualassistantassistant.com. And if you've worked with them, definitely drop in one of your own. And that's it. Thanks for watching.